All right. Good morning. Goodness. All right. Get myself together. It's a rainy morning here. For some reason, makes it that I can't get myself together. All righty. What was I gonna do? Ow, Jasper. Ow. Lay down, though. You gotta lay down. We're not playing. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Hello, Chris, my friend. Lay down. Sorry, my cat's got to get comfortable. No, not play with headphone cord. Thank you very much. Stop it. You are back. Um, what do we talk about today? It's been a lot. It's never ending, which was purposeful from this administration. I'm gonna put you down if you don't stop. Leave my headphone cord alone. Cut it out. There is none. You have no line for anything that he would do that you would stop supporting him. That's a scary thought, don't you think? Maybe you should investigate that about yourself a little bit more. Um, yeah. So, Trump is in the UN right now making a complete ass of himself and of our country. That's really nice, fun, and embarrassing for us as he does that. Yesterday's claims that he himself said are my feelings. I don't know if that is true. He said that multiple times. So that's great. We're just spouting misinformation from the fucking pulpit. Awesome. Great. So yeah, I would really love to see that you guys have a backbone and that you have a line. There is no line. See, that's what I'm talking about. There's a problem there if there's no line. You should have a line, don't you think? There's nothing he could do. You're so wrapped up in your personality with this man that there's absolutely nothing that he could do to make you stop. Oh my goodness. That's so cute, Olive. Did you just claim me? Did you just claim me? You guys, please start tapping that screen share in the live out. We can get our day started today, hopefully. Um, get some people in here who can admit that they do have a line. For the people who don't, obviously we're seeing that they are wrapping their entire personality into this man. It's terrifying. It's gross. But here we are. Am I shocked? No, not really. Mhm. Why is a line needed? Because you should be able to determine how far you're willing to let a leader go before you start critiquing them, before it is too much. Everything they do can't be good. No person that everything they do is good. So, mm. So I don't understand why you guys keep caping for this man who doesn't care about you. What has he done for you besides let you feed into your hatred? What has he done? I wonder. He'd have to turn into a Democrat. That's your line. That's silly. That's silly. That's football politics. That's just silly. You guys, if you're not following my backup, I would really appreciate it if you would do so. We are at about 600 followers on that one, still trying to get it up to 1,000. So I would appreciate if you guys did that. Audie, thank you. That's so cute. Democrats are evil. See, this is the problem is he has let you feed into all your hatred for your fellow citizen while he robs you blind, while he pours our country down the damn drain. And you guys don't care. It's so weird to me. Y'all need jobs. This is a job. I have to file a tax form on it. Shocker, I know. That's how that works. So you guys want to come up here and we can have a conversation about what your line is and why you're supporting Trump. We can do that. What's my favorite song? I don't know if I can answer that. I love so many different kinds of music. Thank you, Saroski. That's so cute. I appreciate that. That does help put us on the algorithm to get us on that For You page so we can try and have some conversations. So I appreciate you. Hi, Chris. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
37 in Texas.
All right. I appreciate that. Do you have a line where you would stop supporting Trump?
Oh no, there's no line where I'll stop supporting Trump. That man can do whatever he wants to do.
He could unalive somebody on Fifth Avenue in front of your face and you'd be fine with it?
Oh yeah, I'd still vote for him.
Why?
Because you hate him.
Just because I hate him. So you want to
Yeah.
own the libs even though I'm not a lib.
No,
What
just
so
no,
you're in a
that's
cult.
just my sentiment. Just because you hate everything he does, right? So
No,
that's why the
not
man's in
everything. This
power.
within this term,
Yeah,
sure.
there's no
I can
line.
admit
There's
that
no
he did
line.
good things in his first term.
No, you don't believe that. You don't really
Yes, I
believe
do.
that.
So Operation Warp Speed, I
Uh,
think, was a fundamentally good thing for the public health in this country, and he was the one who did that. Also, Audie has reminded me too. There was the bill that made it federally a crime to harm or torture animals. I think that was a great thing he did in his first term. He also signed a bill
Trump
to help
didn't.
protect not native land, park land, like national parks in this country. I think that was all great things that he did in his first term.
Yeah, Trump never did any of that.
He did. Operation Warp Speed was his, pioneered by him and his administration. He
Uh,
signed
that
it.
was that was Biden.
What year was that?
That was Biden that got that thing rolling, man. I
What
mean,
year was that?
Trump not smart enough to do that.
Oh, he's not smart enough. So you admit that you're following a man who's not smart.
Well, yeah, I told you why I'm following him. Just because the left hates him.
Right, but
That's
you're
why.
wrong because I just gave you things that I found that he did that was good. Yeah, no, I know what it
Yeah,
is,
but
Audie.
he didn't do any of that.
Oh, but he did. Maybe you should look into your president a little more. Maybe.
Well, I mean, I don't care who's running the country. It makes no difference anyway. He's not really running it.
Oh, who's running it?
Unelected bureaucrats.
Who?
I don't know. It's probably a long list of names you could get.
Sure. Can you name
People
one?
are. Well, I can't really name one. No.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't
So,
exist. Cool, got it.
I mean, they're out there.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're called lifetime appointments.
Yeah, those are judges. Who
No,
appoints
there's
those
other
people?
people that
Oh, who?
there's other people that are
Who?
lifetime appointments.
Who?
And all the 3 letter agencies. I don't know. I don't know right offhand. I just told you I don't know their names
So
because I
you
don't
should
really
probably
care.
take off your tinfoil hat, don't you think?
No, I think I'll leave it on. So,
Okay. You're supposed to take it off when the bleach starts heating up. Guys, keep booping that screen, sharing the live out. I appreciate you. Let's try to get to 10,000 likes while we are sitting here. Dark Knight, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
I did, and let me give you a little bit of background. I'm 59 years old. I live in California.
Okay.
I've never voted before because I never thought it made a difference. And I've been a Democrat my whole life. Okay.
Sure.
And I started listening to Charlie Kirk because a friend of mine said,
Did
"You
you
know
ever
what? You
vote
should
down
really
ballot,
listen to
though?
what."
Did you ever vote down ballot in California before?
Vote down ballot? What do you mean?
So, like, you said you've never voted before, but did you vote at, like, on your ballot at all for your congressmen, your senators, your local school boards, anything like
No,
that?
no, because I
When
was
did you
only a
first
Democrat
register to vote?
because my back when I was like 21. I mean,
And you
I've been
voted
registered for my
and
whole
you
life.
registered under the Democratic Party?
Yes.
I wouldn't say you were a Democrat your whole life because you never voted. To me, that implies
No,
voting.
exactly. So
Okay, so you were not
I understand that.
you were not a Democrat. Cool.
Right. So all I did was kind of support them on the fringe, if anything. Okay, I really didn't care about politics much because I listened to the news. I paid attention to what they said. I trusted them. I trusted
Hmm.
the government.
Sure.
Now, when this whole race with Kamala Harris and everything else came up, I started actually paying attention to what the news was saying
Okay.
and doing my own fact checking, and I found that there was a lot of lies and half truths
Sure,
on the
and she
news
lost,
and
so
on
that's where
the
we are. Right, sure,
right. I
she lost,
understand
but
that, but
that's
the
where we are
point
now.
being
You
is that
didn't pay attention in 2020? That wasn't important to you?
I I didn't vote. Okay, like I
I
said, the
understand that.
only
No, I
reason
know.
was is
But
because
but what
I
happened
didn't care
right, but
enough to.
it was a very tumultuous time in 2020. And then in 2021 we had January 6th happen, and you didn't look further into that?
No, I looked into that and I saw what happened, and I read what they said had happened, and then I
Yeah, what
compared
happened?
it to what actually happened.
Oh, what
Well,
actually
I
happened
mean,
versus what they
there
said?
was just a lot of. Well, I'm trying to say,
Mm.
it seemed like there was a lot of that they said that Trump made everybody go, and that I didn't hear that. I didn't see that at all. I understood. I heard everything he said,
Why
and
were
I
they
didn't
there?
hear him because they felt like it. I mean, and there
No,
was only. I
no,
mean,
it was a permitted event originally. What was it called?
I don't remember now. I remember that it was a thing though, and
It
as
was the
far
Stop
as
the Steal rally. That's what it was. And they were permitted to be at the
okay, all
Ellipse.
right,
That was where their permit for protest was at the Ellipse, right?
hmm
Um,
okay.
and then who told them they should march to the Capitol?
Nobody. I didn't hear anybody say. I heard Trump say, "Yeah, I'm going to the Capitol in protest," but he didn't say
Oh,
anything about doing anything
sure.
to
So actually, and my biggest thing is
violent or
actually, I
anything.
won't even give you, I won't, I think there was a lot of fucking bad that he did that day and a lot of inaction that he did that day. And I'll put blame on him for that. But actually, my biggest issue is him sending seven fake slates of electors to states to try to certify for him a win when that's not what happened. I have an issue with that. That's more my bigger issue than anything.
Okay.
And then
Now,
he
what
took those
about the
people.
issue
So
about
do
who
you
was
blame those
running?
people? Those people didn't act in a very patriotic manner, right?
No, they didn't. I don't think they should have done. I think
What do you
the
think about
cops
him
should have shot
pardoning
him.
all of
To tell you
them?
the truth. Well, that's something else. I mean, I don't know if every individual one that he did pardon. Maybe
All
some
of
of them
them.
didn't
All
deserve to
1,500.
be
Nope,
put in
all
jail.
1,500. He pardoned literally all of
Oh,
them.
okay, but then these people were also put in jail right away. They've been in jail ever since. So
No,
I
no, no,
suppose
no,
you
no,
could
no,
say
no,
that
no,
they
no,
had
no.
time served.
Depending on their crime, no. Some of them got bail. Some of them actually were
Okay.
convicted and were serving time.
Well, then they served it, didn't they?
No. Some of them had like upwards of 20-year sentences and he pardoned them so they got out.
I don't. Yeah, I think that makes sense because I don't see anybody did anything worth 20 years in jail for what they did. I know they
Well,
wrecked
no.
the
So
place, and
the
those
people
guys
who got the
deserve to
highest,
be in
no, no, no.
jail.
Listen,
Yes.
we have to be very, very, very wrong, like very, very clear on this. The people who got that amount of
All right.
time, okay, were people who were part of YT supremacist groups, right wing groups like the Proud Boys and Patriot Front and things like that. And we had found the evidence of their messages with each other in Discord where they had planned to go do this to overthrow the election results. That was their plan. Now, I'm not including Trump in that, but that was their plan and the evidence that we found on them. Those were the people who got upwards of 20 years in prison, like Joseph Biggs, people like that. And why would he take those people who admitted, a lot of these people too pled guilty to doing this? Why would he take them and pardon them then?
I don't know. I could ask the same thing about why Biden pardoned all the people he pardoned too, if
Who did
he
he pardon?
even was the one that pardoned them.
That committed a crime?
Who didn't he pardon?
Who?
His whole family.
Yeah, that's a preemptive
You didn't
pardon,
know that,
right? That's a preemptive
right? So
pardon, right? So what
think about
we're
that. Now,
not
why
going to
would
do
he
is
do
what
that?
aboutism on people who have not been convicted of crimes versus Trump literally pardoning everybody. By the way, multiple people who he has pardoned have been put back in prison for committing things like murders. A lot of them came out with child porn material. So I think it was really great that the president pardoned them. Don't you?
No, of course not. Now, you're going to go
Okay,
about
so
through
why is that
individual
not?
ones.
Why
I
was
don't know
that not a
everybody that
factor
was
when you
pardoned.
decided to vote? Why was that not a
Okay,
line?
because I didn't care about that. I wanted somebody
Why?
other than who the left was putting up
Why
there
didn't you care about
because
that?
they don't represent me at all. They don't
I don't
represent me.
care. Then don't vote at all. Why did you vote for somebody who pardoned people who have been found guilty of trying to overthrow the election, people who have since been found guilty of murder and of harming children or possessing material that harms children? Why would you do that? This man also was found liable of SA. This man also has 34 count felonies. Why is that not a line for you?
Those 34 felonies are a joke. Come on, you know it too.
Oh, are they?
They're the
Let's talk
same
about them.
charge-
I'm sure
the
you
same
know
charge
so
over
much
and over,
information
the same
about them.
thing.
What are the 34 felonies about?
No, I'm just saying.
What's the
They
felonies
all-
about?
Just they all had to do with the same thing. Tax or
No.
the whole thing with the real estate stuff.
Nope.
Now
That was a different case.
They-
That was a
yeah.
civil case. That was a different case. What were the
All right,
34
then what were
felonies
they?
for?
What were they then? You tell me then.
34 counts of falsifying business records. What was it about? What was he falsifying?
That's what I'm talking about. 34. That's what I'm talking. Listen, like I said,
that wasn't real
you-
estate.
you're
It had
pointing
nothing
at
to do with
something
real
that doesn't
estate. What were the
matter to me,
34
okay?
felonies about?
I don't remember now. I remember that if I can find it out in 2 minutes. I just don't feel
No,
like it,
you
'cause that's
couldn't
not
because
important
this is
to
what
me.
I'm talking. You guys don't do any
That's
fucking
not
research.
important to
You guys
me.
don't do any fucking research about anything. It's very, very frustrating. This man has crossed multiple
It's not
lines of
important
what
to
you
me.
guys say is a moral compass in this society, and yet you don't care and you pretzel because you've never looked this up. What were the 34 count felonies about?
It doesn't matter to me. Okay, I don't care.
Why
what they
doesn't
were.
it
They
matter
don't- they
to you?
don't make
Why
me
doesn't it
not
matter
wanna
to you
vote
that we have
for
a
'em.
president in office who is a felon? Why doesn't that matter to you?
Because we used to have a president that left the border wide open so that all kinds
No,
of
he didn't do that.
of,
Again, your
No, he
whataboutism.
didn't?
Here's something,
Oh,
Dark Knight. Here,
bullshit. Now,
actually,
wait a
here,
minute. Now
we
you're
will do
lying.
this, Dark Knight. Dark Knight, we will do this. You don't give a fuck about crime. 1. 2, what we're not going to do is whataboutism.
Wrong.
I will grant you, Joe Biden was the worst president in United States history. He wasn't at the wheel. Somebody else was running it for him. The border was wide open. We gave money to Ukraine, blah, 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 blah. He's the worst. Got it? I
Yeah.
conceded that to you now. How does that exonerate Trump?
Well, it doesn't, and I'm not saying
Oh,
it
okay,
does.
then shut the fuck up
only
about
thing
it.
I'm
Then shut the
saying-
fuck up about it and
Hold on.
stand 10
Hold
toes
on,
down
no,
in your
no,
man.
hold on a
Stand
second.
10 toes down in your man.
Hang on a
Why are
second.
you supporting him?
Because I could not support the left.
So you went
Okay,
against
it was
something,
a
not
one-
for something. You're in a cult.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
See,
You didn't
why
vote
would you throw
for
that out
anything.
at
You
me?
didn't
Wait,
vote
wait.
for
I've been a
progression. You didn't
Democrat.
vote for anything to help with the United States citizens. You just voted against something.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I
that's gross.
absolutely did.
Get
We
help.
got rid of
Yeah.
Biden.
No, get help.
Who was the president when Biden was in office?
Biden.
Tell me, who was the president?
Biden was.
No. Just give me that, please.
What?
Who was the president when Biden was in office? So let's just say the last year. Who was the president?
Biden
really?
was.
It wasn't him.
Hello, do you hear yourself? Biden
Oh,
was.
come on.
Oh, come on.
He
Who was
couldn't
running it
find
then?
his ass with both
Who was
hands.
running it then?
You tell me. I wish I knew.
Biden was.
Obama.
I fucking said it. Biden. Joe
Okay, what?
Biden. Joseph
Jill Biden.
Robinette Biden.
Jill Biden, you mean? How was he running?
Oh, well, then
anything?
she
He
did a
couldn't
damn
find
good
his-
job, didn't she? Because we got things like the
Yep.
infrastructure
Yes,
bill,
she
the
did.
American Recovery Plan. We got a lot of shit under Jill Biden. I'm very proud of her. Good for her.
Yeah, I can't imagine Joe Biden did
What
any
has
of that stuff.
what has
because like
Donald
I said, he's
what has
doing
Donald
that.
Trump done in this administration thus far that has been beneficial?
I can just go down the line with things that he supports and that I support.
No,
as
what has he
well. For
done?
example,
He has
I
a
don't-
mandate. He's the
hold
one who
on a
says, "I have a
second.
mandate. I have a mandate to get things
Okay,
done."
he
He
closed
has
the border.
Congress.
The
He has the
first thing-
House and the
the
Senate. What
first
has he
thing-
done that's been beneficial?
He closed the border and he's getting the,
No, he
the
didn't.
immigrants out.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He didn't
Yes,
close
he
the
did.
border
Well, how do you think he didn't?
because I've seen the
Wow.
encounter numbers, so people are still showing up to the border.
They're showing up, but they're not getting across.
Oh, yes, they are. So how
Oh,
do you
really?
feel
How
about
many?
how do you feel about him flying in the South Afrikaners on our dime?
Who cares?
Oh, you don't care. So you don't care
Who
about
else is gonna pay
immigration.
for it?
Okay. You're in a cult.
No, wait. You lost me. You lost me. Though you're talking about him flying or somewhere, wherever he needs to go, he's going to fly
No,
to. Of course.
he
What do you want
flew
him to
in.
walk?
He flew in. Plane came into U.S. He flew in. Okay, South Afrikaners on our dime. We are paying for them to live here now. What do you
Who?
think about that?
No. I didn't understand who you said he brought in. Who brought in? Trump?
Donald Trump brought in South Afrikaners into the United States of America on our dime, and we are paying for them to be here.
Oh, okay. Right. Sure. Yeah, that was fine. I
Why
don't
was that
care
fine?
about that. I mean,
Why was that kind of
obviously he
immigration
has
fine?
his reasons. He has his reasons that I
You're in
don't
a
know.
fucking cult.
Okay.
You're in a cult.
So
You're in a cult.
no.
You're
There
in
is
a
a
cult.
leader to the president of the United States is our leader.
You're in a cult. Lemons, thank you so much for the swan. That is one way through capitalism that you can get rid of somebody you no longer want to listen to. Another way to do that is to send me 10. My little linky links are in my bio. I appreciate you guys. W Swan, W Lemons in the chat. I appreciate you. Welcome in. It is Tuesday. It's a rainy Tuesday where I am. I am trying to find the line. Where is the line for people to stop supporting Trump? What does he have to do or not do for you guys to stop supporting him? It is enough. It's enough. You have wrapped your entire personality in this man, and I need you to come back to earth. Come back a little bit, because the man won't live forever. And what will you do then? By the way, I'm still here, so the rapture was fucked too. I guess me leaving out my wine and wafers for Jesus didn't do anything. Sorry, I left him out for him, but he didn't show up. Interesting. I'm getting you, my love. I'm going to bring my work wife up. Again, if you're not following my backup, please do so. Hello, work wife. Oh, you come up and then you don't talk to me. I see how it is. Okay. Wow.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Fun fact, encounters actually went up.
Oh, from July to August. They sure fucking did.
They did go up. So where's that border closing now?
That border closed, I'll tell you what, went up. You guys keep booping that screen. Let's try to get to 20,000 likes while we're sitting here. I appreciate you. I can't speak. We have 14 shares. Let's try to get that up to 20. I appreciate you guys being here as we try to have conversations. Jeff is not loading in. You better be Team Conrad Soroski. There's no Team Jeremiah in this place. Absolutely not. We don't do that here. User, how are you today? User, are you there? Oh, maybe you didn't mean to join. You sounded like you were on an aeroplane anyway. So, as Trump continues to embarrass us across the world, that's really, really fun. He says, again, he repeated the claim that he has defeated inflation. I would love for a Trump supporter to explain to me what the fuck that means. Because we still have inflation. Inflation didn't go away. If anything, actually, it's going up. Thanks for that, Trump. Which, if you don't know, he has the BLS postponing the next report because he knows it's not going to be good. So there's that transparency and that freedom of information. He has also canceled the annual hunger survey because he doesn't want you to know how many families are struggling with poverty and hunger in the United States of America. Sounds really North Korea to me. Sounds really 1930s Germany. He is really trying to control that flow of information, and yet you guys are still supporting him. I don't understand it. Where's your line? I would love for you guys to tell me where your line is. Or if you don't have one, why you're supporting him. We can talk about that too, because it seems like you guys don't have a line. I don't care why you voted for him. He won. You got what you wanted. And you guys are still so fucking mad and miserable. Why? I wonder. I don't have any Trump supporters in the box, so you guys would be the first ones in. Come on in.
The thing that makes me giggle the most is why do Trump supporters get upset more about Kamala Harris losing the election? Because they constantly bring her up instead of addressing the current situation we're in.
It's because they can't. That's all they've got. He feeds into that. Even, like, I will give Erica Kirk actually the grace of what she said at her memorial. She spoke like a true Christian, to be honest. Like, I know we absolutely can't stand what she stands for and what her husband stood for. I understand that. But she spoke like a true Christian in giving forgiveness and talking in that way. And I think that that was a beautiful thing that she said. And then Trump came up and completely went against it and did everything that he does, which is to feed into the baser instincts of hate. And I don't know why you guys look at that and say, well, that's okay with me. Don't get it. The hate that I don't have. What hate do I have? I don't have hate to my American citizens, my fellow American citizens. I think you guys have been duped, and I think you guys allow yourselves to feed into hate to support a man who doesn't care about you. And I don't understand that, why you're letting this 79-year-old buffoon tear our country apart. I do not get it. I have yet to see somebody be able to explain it because he's not doing anything for you. He's just not. No, and I totally agree with that, Kiara. I absolutely agree with that. But I take the words for what she gave, but I agree with what you're saying. By the way, if this was a child in a school, we would have moved on by now. Hmm. Cowboy, come talk to me about
For
it.
some reason,
Talk to me about my
internet
hatred.
my internet is like, fuck you. We don't like you today. Must be the preemptive to the rapture. I was just getting clean to meet Jeebus, even though I'm dating him. So I don't get it.
Valentina, it is a civil offense. Yeah, Kiara, I know. That was in my state. I live here. It's exactly what happened. Those children are alive, to be fair. One who was released from the hospital, the other one is in critical condition in the hospital, and we are praying and pulling that they pull through that.
He's still in critical condition? Or
Yeah.
they're still in critical condition?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you think Jesus would want me in a dress or pants?
Let's say if you're gonna do a dress, make sure you're wearing like bloomers or something, so that if you ascend, people aren't seeing your bits.
Ugh.
Just,
I don't like wearing pants though.
Why not both?
Fine, I guess I'll be modest.
You could do the 2000s leggings underneath a skirt thing.
I thought it was jeans.
Oh God, we did that too. Come as you are. I don't know what that means. What is with the mocking? The mocking of what?
The mocking of a bunch of people who thump a Bible that they've never read and they're claiming there's a rapture. God,
my Bible's over there. I can go get it if you need me to get it.
Primarily people who use the King's New James or
mine is the King James version too, because I was a Baptist, so that's what we read.
But the Bible was created because he wanted a divorce, and he was cheating on his wife. So I don't Christian values. I don't know. I just work here.
I need to keep it over here, but it's got yogurt on it. Excuse that. My kids.
Do you think Jesus would go mad if I went commando?
No, probably not. You think he wore things underneath his robe? Probably not.
Ah, touche. Commando it is.
I don't work. I have to file taxes on this, so I do, actually. I'm sorry that capitalism has taught you to hate your job.
Specifically hate the job you have.
No, probably not Swarovski. No, I think they'll be as retributive as they want to be in Utah. What are you doing now? You're being a stapler to the box. That's what you're doing. I just don't want to do it today.
Kimmel's coming back tonight. He came in just in time for the rapture.
Well, and then that is even, so you've got Sinclair and you've got Nexstar both saying that a bunch of their affiliates are not going to be premiering it still. That they're still not going to show it. Which is a crazy thing because you're going to be missing out on ratings because it's probably going to be the highest ratings he's ever had on his show wherever they do decide to play it.
It's a Parker's. we having a party? What's going on, Parker's?
Yeah, when I do chores, I blast music.
As you should. Is there any way to not do chores?
I don't know why you would do chores without having a dance party, honestly.
Right?
I've just been so impressed by the... Hello, Dead Space. The ops today, just straight up, like, the cognitive dissonance of going, all immigrants are bad, and then you went, well, then he flew in his own?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, that's fine.
That's fine.
I'm like,
he can do what he wants.
Did you catch yourself? Swarovski, when all the Christians get raptured, first of all, I'll still be here. And second of all, my house will be clean and then even better stocked, to be honest.
Could you imagine the prices going down? I mean, the president, I don't think they're gonna, the Christians that they're claiming, right? I don't think that the Christians that they think they are gonna get raptured. I think the shitty Christians are gonna get raptured so they can figure out what a Great Lake of Fire is. And,
I mean, I don't care. Either they leave or we leave. And I
Yeah, Yeah, my roommate and I were walking out to the chickens this morning to let them out, and she's like, "What if it's the reverse? What if like all the actual good people do get raptured and it leaves all the Christians, quote unquote?" And I went, "Hell no! I'm not leaving my animals to these animals. Fuck off!"
Right?
Tina, could you put in the chat if you are opposition? I would appreciate it. If not, I'm probably just going to hit a restart. Seems like
Why
this is going to be a
Christian
tough
nationalism?
question for them to answer today.
It's mostly Christianity. Yeah, no, they're struggling. I like the background, by the way. I like the question of like, where is your line? Where do you stop supporting? Because it's like, if you don't have one, that is a problem.
And you're in a cult.
Do you think this isn't a Jesus-approved color? Like light pink?
Yeah. Why
Kind
not?
of like when you mix
Kind of
white
looks like his
wine.
sash that they make. In
A
all the
little
pictures.
bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like a sweater. It's officially fall now. Did you guys know that?
Yes.
It is.
As
I
it's
saw
raining in Colorado right now.
That's
Blessed
also
Maybon.
Like,
Freezing rain.
it's mauve olive. You know what, Chicky?
I'm not mocking
Is
God. What are you talking about? I'm not mocking
I'll-
God. You realize there's
I'll mock
no
God.
fan art of Jesus in this book? You know that, right? So I'm not mocking God. Okay, I'm mocking people who create art
Starlight.
I will gleefully.
There's no
mock
pictures.
God.
in here.
Starlight says, "Would you just call Manny and ask already?"
Truly.
He doesn't even know though. His dad doesn't call back.
Yeah, Kiara. I was talking with someone else today after the Tylenol bullshit that started yesterday, and I was like, before that, it was the vax, and before that, it was the theory about the refrigerator mom. So apparently, they used to blame autism on women who had I just forgot the literal terminology. What are you post birth?
Postpartum.
Postpartum?
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah. Women, thank you. Literally, I don't know why that flew out of my head, but postpartum depression, that like if you had that, then that incited autism in your baby. So it's like, oh, so it's always the woman's fault. It's always her fault. It's either she was trying to get rid of pain during pregnancy, or she was trying to deal with hormones and trauma after labor, or it was trying to keep your baby alive, and so you give them absolutely safe vaccinations. It's fucking wild. So much
David,
fun.
you love to chat in my chat. You love to chat in Olive's chat. You never come up because you're a coward, and I get it. But this idea, you guys do this all or nothing shit, where you're like, to not question the medicines they shove in our faces. Nobody's doing that. The thing is when you have questions, there are answers. There are studies out there. You think there's been no studies done on this? There have been, and they all show no relation to acetaminophen and autism.
You mean that Tylenol world that Trump couldn't pronounce?
Don't know if you know, but the entire scientific process, maybe you fucking failed 8th grade science. The entire scientific process is a question. Your goal in the scientific process is to prove yourself fucking wrong.
Yeah.
And if you prove yourself right enough, okay, and a lot of other people do it too, it becomes a theory, it becomes a hypothesis that you can keep proving.
Do you think Jesus likes warm tones or cool tones? I know what my Jesus prefers, but I don't. I'm trying to think.
Probably likes
Hey,
tones.
Lori, you're right. That's why babies get children's Tylenol. You're talking about a fetus, though, and that's different from an infant. And I wish you would learn fucking words before you try to spell ones that you and your cult leader still can't pronounce.
Again,
Dessert
you'd have to
ramen is
show me
crazy.
evidence where Tylenol is harmful to a fetus in utero. Okay, specifically in the instance of creating a high risk for autism. And then 2, you know what's worse for fetal development than Tylenol is? Fucking fevers in their
Well,
mothers.
And like the medication that Dr. Oz was talking about, it has phthalic acid.
Folic
Phthalic
yeah.
acid is in prenatal care. So
That's
this
what you
is
get
making me
prescribed.
right.
Fucking
This is also making
prenatal
me
care.
wonder how many people actually have access to prenatal care. You know, it's like who is not having the access to this medication? It even with the studies, right? It's proven in like 60 to 70%, I believe, specifically for nonverbal. And being someone who's a special needs teacher, folic acid, thank you.
being a special needs educator, dealing with these kids who are on the spectrum and who have a difficult time being nonverbal, it takes time and patience. No medication you give your child. Did I say phallic?
I was trying to ignore the comment and let you finish. I was going to be an adult.
Anyways,
spelling, but yes.
I was gonna make another Jesus joke, but never mind. So the point is when you have worked with children who are on the spectrum, you understand that these children are intelligent. These children know exactly what they want to do. You can see the power that they have. But at the end of the day, the parents who come up to me and ask me if their 3-year-old child needs to go on Adderall, these are the Republicans.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, and like Dan had mentioned, it is disgusting to again blame parents, to again put this onus on women, to again just keep it is a toe into eugenics. That's what this is. It is saying that having autism is something that's wrong and something that needs to be fixed or reversed or handled and it's not. It's people have autism. My brother works with children with autism as well. He works in like a care center with a bunch of BCBAs, and that's what he does. And these children are wonderful. They're just people. They're just people who see the world a little differently than the rest
They're
of
no
us
different
do.
than you and I. They're
Right.
absolutely
And
no
to
different.
listen to these idiots, okay? Even Trump himself said, well, I feel like this, and this might not be true. And even admitting they don't have evidence for this. But by the way, blows my mind the amount of children that are unalive in this country by gun violence. And the fucking press conference they're going to hold is about fucking Tylenol. Not about what we do to keep our kids alive.
No,
fucking
not even
Tylenol.
that. This is also the same administration that has Linda McMahon in the Department of Education that is slashing
Thank you,
funds
good
for
Lori.
students. that are
Not to be
slashing
confused with the other Lori.
that are slashing funds for students who are deaf and blind, and the reason why is because they're not up to par for education.
Oh, you
So
mean the
your
same Linda McMahon who ran a child trafficking ring? That one?
That one. Yeah, that one. Like, again, when I've always been about special needs, I've always been about kids, right? Everyone has seen me. I have talked about it. You can even see on my page at the shitty place I used to work at. These parents and these specific legislators would not sit in a room with me with 36 students who are on the spectrum and see exactly the hell that I go through. But I go through that because those children deserve no different than any other kid who is non-neurodivergent.
David said, it's not wrong at all, but if you could make it so autism wasn't a thing, would you? No. Because there's
No.
nothing detrimental to these children's lives. It makes it a little harder for some of them, but it's a spectrum of disorder, right?
I was like, to be clear, the things that make it hard
Eugenics.
for them isn't actually their functionality for the most part. It is how society treats them.
Correct.
That's what makes it hard on them. So it's the stigma of assholes and ignorant douche canoes that make it hard. And
Like
that's
David.
really on all of us.
It's a burb.
I am. I'm a bird that's also on the spectrum with a son that's on the spectrum that has had
thank you,
family
Bird.
on the spectrum of all sorts of degrees, who has also volunteered with neurodivergent nonprofits to help people like Humanities 101 run by Dr. Dutch.
I love Dutch, man.
One of the biggest misconceptions is that we do not function like they're bad at functioning. We're bad at social. We're bad at X, Y, and Z. The issue is not that we're bad at these things. Even with a nonverbal, because what you're talking about is called the delayed speech development syndrome. It's a common comorbidity of being on the spectrum. That's not an issue with us understanding things. That is an issue with you understanding us. That's what it comes down to. Like that lady that yesterday was like, my son is nonverbal, and he gets so frustrated because he can't understand me. I sat there. I'm like, he can understand you fine. He's frustrated because you don't understand him.
Right.
And you have not taken the time to develop the tools to understand your own child. His anger, his rage, his frustration is because he sees his mother being angry at him because she can't understand him.
It was either Trump or RFK who made the statement, it hurts me to see children like this. It's the fact that you're not around children like this and you haven't taken time to learn about these children, right? When someone, look, right? Again, I was a preschool teacher for 38 students. Half of them were on the spectrum, half of them were not. I was the only teacher in that room. The amount of times I would have parents
who would just walk by the door who didn't know what that room was would absolutely astound me how they would negatively look on these kids. But the parents who I love and care for near and dear to my heart to this day, being over 700 miles away from them, knew exactly the time and care I took for these kids. I built a program from the ground up. I was able to make sure my kids could communicate via sign language, and I taught my coworkers sign language so they could be heard. Like,
this is actually the point I was going to get to, Olive. Like, because this is just a general PSA piece for anybody that's like, hey, I have a kid in my life that is nonverbal. The accommodation tools you're going to want to look into is things like American Sign Language, things like word books that they can point to, things like sound buttons that they can use. Because the issue isn't like a processing issue, it's a delivery. It's a disconnect between the brain and the mouth. So they can still communicate, they just have that delayed connection between the brain and the mouth. Which means if you give them other tools like ASL, like books that they can write their communication on, word books, sound buttons, they can communicate fine because that overcomes the disconnect between the brain and the mouth, which is what advanced speech delay syndrome is.
Yeah, that's what my brother tells me stories all the time when he's at work, where they use they'll have like little tablets that have little buttons with sounds on them, and what they work on is like, let's say they have a kid that says red ball on the thing, and he's like, that was great, thank you, but can we next time try I want red ball, right? Like, you're trying to improve that speech. These kids know what they're talking about. You are just not understanding them. It's on us to be able to do how they interpret the world.
it's also not an epidemic.
Another great example of this that you'll see very commonly in people on the spectrum. A lot of people like myself get called self-centered because of the way we show empathy. And that's because one of the most common ways somebody on the spectrum shows empathy is what's called reflective empathy. It's when you go, hey, this bad thing happened to me. And the person on the spectrum goes, I had X other comparable thing happen to me. And people that are neurotypical read that as you're trying to one-up somebody or make it about you, when really that is how our brain processes that, because we all feel things. We'll be like, oh, people on the spectrum are like so flat. No, we feel fucking deeply, but the way we form that connection with others is reflective empathy.
Well, and again, it's not an epidemic. This is not something that came out.
If there was you know what? You're trying to say there's an autism epidemic, and why the fuck don't we have a national rail system? Checkmate.
Right.
Like,
we'd be so fucking efficient on the train. God damn it.
This is not an epidemic. This is not a fever. This is not a problem. This is just a thing where and I have no kids. I have no children. I have angel babies, right? Every single child I've had didn't make the cut. I know that's a little morbid, but I'm gonna go with it anyways. The children I have taught, the children who I have taken time out of my day, spent money out of my own paycheck to have accessibility in my rooms and everywhere I go, need to understand that there are parents who look at those kids and they're like, you're no good, let me throw medication at you. That's it.
Bring up when people are like, why do we have autism more now than previously? It's because we've developed a better understanding. And I'm saying this because I wasn't diagnosed until 35 years old. Mm-hmm. And we haven't even caught up our testing to adults yet. When I was, because if you're an adult and you go to seek a diagnosis, see if you're on the spectrum, you'll get a packet. It's like 8 pages. And the doctor will tell you the same thing they told me, which is, so this test is developed for children. We do not have a test for adults. You're going to notice everything asks about school. Just change the word school with work, because we don't even have tools to test adults, because that's how new this is.
Well, not even to mention, oh, sorry, Parkers.
No, you're good. I was just agreeing. You're good.
Oh, I didn't mean, okay. The other thing too is the way we test children are different than what we used to do, right? There are multiple ways people test, and actually, a lot of the times the testing is accessible and adequate. Is that the word I'm thinking of? It's the ability for the child to be comfortable.
Yeah, that's an accessibility thing.
Yeah,
accommodation.
It's all it is. It's all accommodations and accessibility. Mm-hmm. This is why I'm going to shout out once again humanities101.org, because Dr. Dutch's nonprofit is entirely built around neurodivergent accessibility and accommodations.
The egg is polka dot. For anyone who is curious,
thank you, Satan, for stopping the raptor.
So the other issue that we have is that and this is where we get into the intersectionality of patriarchy and mental health. Women are notoriously underdiagnosed because what is seen as being on the spectrum in men is seen as being quirky in women.
Yep.
I wasn't diagnosed until I was 21. Actually, fun fact, I was diagnosed through the therapy I went through during my divorce. When I was going through a shitty divorce, I got diagnosed with ADHD.
And
Yeah, I was
also
like-
because as a survival trait, you all have to mask way more because of the
Tucker?
patriarchy.
I was just gonna say that, like ADHD, because of how girls are raised and socialized, is like it presents as being really chatty. So when you see a girl who just talks nonstop and is really social and etc., you're like, oh, she's just a chatterbox, or
Right.
oh, she's just a girl, because girls talk a lot when like statistically that's inaccurate. But anyway, I was like, so that way they just miss it. They miss it as a symptom altogether because that's how they've taught us to adapt, and then they're like, oh, just being girl, shut up.
And also, your hordes are not viewed as a hyperfixation. They're just viewed as like a woman thing. Like, there's a difference between a woman that has some makeup
Still
and a
belittled.
woman that has an entire
Correct.
has an entire catalog of makeup, like in their house, could tell you everything about every makeup manufacturer. That's a neurodivergent hyperfixation.
I was like, yeah, the makeup, the shoes, all of the things. I was like, but then it's just seen as being like ultra feminine or being
Materialistic.
Yeah.
yeah.
Matt,
Also-
how are you today?
I will mute you, Satan.
Also, before Matt goes, just because people are finding out that I'm white, my foundation shade is in Siberia.
It is Siberia.
Just so you guys are aware.
Matt, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Did you mean to come up today?
What was that?
Did you mean to request today or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just for the record, no Tylenol has been taken from me, so no Tylenol was taken
That's
today.
not even funny, Matt. You know what's really funny, Matt? You come up into
Why
a
are you
panel
like
as we
this?
just talked about how beautiful, how fantastic those who are diagnosed or not diagnosed on the spectrum are, and you come in being an ableist piece of fucking shit.
I
No,
always like
You
that.
know what?
no.
Hold on,
Hold
Monica.
on here.
Matt, no,
hang on.
Matt, no, I
You're
want to
crashing
get.
out. Why are you
Okay,
crashing
don't
out?
do that.
Come
That's-
on.
I crashed
do
out because you're not going to talk shit like that. Sorry.
Yeah, he's a Trump supporter, Adi. He used to talk to RTP all the time.
Sorry. Hashtag blame Olive.
I know, but I was trying to get him back on track.
And it's culturally looked down upon to a point that when I got my diagnosis and I sat down with my friends and went, "Hey, everybody, guess what? I'm on the spectrum." All my friends were like, "Oh my goodness, what can we do?" I'm like, "Ain't shit to do." But now I know why my brain is the way it is, which means I can
Right.
develop tools to help me. Like, it's not something to feel bad about. Now I just have a name. I didn't have a name for how my brain worked before, and now that I have
Yeah.
a name, I can do something.
I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you were adapting already, but now that you like know what it is that you're adapting to, it makes it so much easier.
That's with anything, I think. I don't understand why people don't like the ideology of wanting to have a label on something that you don't fully understand. But if you have an idea of what it is, you can figure out coping mechanisms. You can figure out ways to adapt to what you have. Tools.
And you can build community.
Correct.
Which is what really pisses them off.
And I can justify this giant book of D&D, the giant shelf of D&D books next to me. Now it's not that he's just obsessed with D&D. It's a hyperfixation. Get
Yeah,
off
there
my
you go.
back.
You're
I was
still
like,
a
I
nerd.
get shit for my pretty rocks, but y'all, I see you with your dice. Fuck you. I see
Right,
you
same
with your
thing.
dice. Same rock.
They're kind of, yeah.
Same thing. On that note, I think I'm going to hit a restart. Guys, if you're not following me, please do so. We will be right back soon.
Whee!
Sherman's excited.